Greetings, everyone. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I am your hostess and your melanated queen. It's been a while since I've come on here to do an upload for y'all. So I'm on here doing an upload, and I hope you appreciate the effort put forward, okay? So make sure you watch this video. Make sure you like the video. And if you like my energy and you like my message, make sure you subscribe to the video, y'all. So today we are in 76-degree weather. We have a beautiful breeze going. Greetings, y'all. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I am your hostess and your melanated queen, y'all. Today is Montag. Heute ist Montag, September 1st, 2025. Today is Monday. So it is the Labor Day. And we need to get more in tune with what Labor Day really meant, because I think a lot of times we get these holidays and all we think about is having a day off or going to a barbecue or having Labor Day sales or having some type of sale or going shopping or doing something at our own leisure. But we also need to understand there's a reason that these things were put into place. So if you do your history and you do your research, back in 1882 on September 5th out in New York, they had a major Labor Day parade. Okay, 1882, you all. So that was a long time ago. And the reason that Labor Day was put into place is because a lot of people were not being treated fairly in the workplace. The work conditions were deplorable, and a lot of these people were melanated people. Okay, so they were brown skinned people that look like some of you and I. And because they wanted to stand up for their rights and they wanted to have better work conditions, they actually fought for that. They stood up for that. They also develop labor unions in the workforce. So some of these jobs that do have unions, the reason that they have the unions is to keep the checks and balances in place so that the employee cannot just mistreat the workers, okay, or the employees. So we really need to, I guess, do our due diligence to research things whenever we celebrate these holidays, or however you recognize these holidays. I, for one, think that Labor Day needs to have more of a backstory instead of them always commercializing everything. And I feel like it's very offensive because it overshadows the true meaning behind some of these days that we commemorate. We need to really understand and keep our focus where it belongs. We need to understand that the work conditions even today are still not where they should be, because just in the media that many people are not talking about, this didn't really hit mainstream media, but you can read the articles. There were 350,000 melanated females that were taken out of the workforce, and a lot of them, this was not willfully, okay? This was not due to their own decision. And so we all know that there was a thing called affirmative action that a lot of people don't even know what that is. But basically it dictated that the employer had to hire a certain amount of people that were melanated or of a different ethnic background because of the discrimination that goes on. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is the fact that you can actually pull this up. There's a video showing a female that worked in HR, and she was being told by the employer that anybody with an ethnic sounding name to place their resume in the already done pile, basically. So basically, they would not give this person a call back if they had an ethnic sounding name. There was also another video, and you can actually find this on YouTube as well, where a guy filled out an application to get a job and he was passed over. He filled the application out again and put down a different name that was not ethnic sounding, but it sounded more like a Caucasian name, and he actually got called back to get hired for that same job. So a lot of these employers, y'all, are still not practicing, the way that they should in the workforce. So this is why Labor Day was put into place, and I think a lot of times it gets foreshadowed by the commercialization of these holidays. It gets foreshadowed by Labor Day sales, but nobody really talks about the people that stood up and fought for workers' rights in this nation, in America, and the fact that these things are still happening, the fact that we are still not where we should be as a nation. and that people are still trying to fight for our civil rights and just fight for equal rights. And it's, very disheartening that this is something that is still going on in 2025. I don't see that changing anytime soon, but I think the best thing that we can do is to educate ourselves on the narrative and the history and the backstories of the people that came before us, that preceded us, and continue to understand the path and the trajectory of where we're going. So I just want to say, as a melanated person, as a living legend, continue to set your legacy for your family, for yourself, for your future generation, whether that's starting a business or educating yourself or teaching classes or just spreading awareness, you all, because people really need to understand the magnitude of what we have to go through in this world, okay? So that's just the message that I wanted to convey today from Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Want to send a special acknowledgement for all the ancestors that fought before us. Continue to stay winning. Continue to walk in your divinity, and know that education is empowerment, and know that people perish for a lack of knowledge. Continue to celebrate yourself, and until next time, you all stay blessed. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be tuning in with y'all later. Enjoy today.
Brown Girls Are Beautiful. This your boy Genuine. Shout out to you. Love you.
Thank you.